That is a house for cats. It's incredible.
Візьми, зажуй і все. Ну отак, по-одеськи.
It seems like I'm the only one who is worried.
Yeah, so many people outside. Nightclubs are open and people are drinking, having fun.
This is like Christmas, but better. This is not how I'm planning to die. Not in Odessa. This is not what I thought I'm going to be doing in Odessa. Welcome to Odessa, the gem of Ukraine's southern Black Sea coast. Known as the Pearl by the Sea, Odessa is a vibrant port known for its unique sense of humor and culture. During Russia's full-scale war, Odessa has been scarred by frequent attacks with missiles and drones launched from the sea or further away from Russia, somewhere from there. But despite all the threats, Odessa keeps drawing locals and foreigners to its sunny shores and lively streets. And since it's my first time here, let's discover everything the city has to offer and explore how life goes on here despite its current challenges together. Situated along the northern coast of the Black Sea in southern Ukraine, Odessa is the country's largest port city. Renowned for its architecture, beautiful beaches, delicious food, and charming cats. Russia may claim Empress Catherine II founded Odessa, but the city's roots trace back to the 15th century, once known as Kyiv under the Grand Duchy of Lithuania and Hadjibey under the Ottoman Empire. It was renamed Odessa in the 18th century under the Russian Empire. Odessa's rich maritime history and strategic location have forged a city that reflects a blend of diverse cultures and civilizations. Today, as a crucial trade hub, Odessa connects Ukraine to the world, even at the hardest of times. Since it's my first time in Odessa, I asked around and everyone said the same thing. You have to visit Pryvoz. So that's exactly where we're starting. If you've seen our previous episodes, you know that Ukraine has many amazing markets full of fresh produce and honestly anything else you can imagine. Today, we're not only at Odessa's largest market, but a place that has long been a symbol of the city's spirit. Welcome to Pryvoz Market. Pryvoz is a living piece of Odessa's history and culture. It's been around since 1827, though some say it dates back even earlier. Originally, goods were sold here directly from carts and wagons, which is where the name Pryvoz, meaning brought in, comes from. This market is huge and easy to get lost in, believe me. So I decided to get help from Yulia, an Odessa local who knows everything about Pryvoz and even takes visitors like me on tours. От коли я питала всіх, що мені треба побачити, коли я буду в Одесі, всі казали Pryvoz. Це було перше і головне, що мені всі казали. Чому? Чому ринок – це перше, що люди думають, коли думають про Одесу?
Ну, по-перше, тут смачно, да? По-друге, тут не те, що весело, тут саме тут життя, да?
Життя кипить.
Вирує, да? Воно кипить, тут цікаві люди, тут є з ким поговорити. Навіть ви, якщо ви нікого не знаєте в місті, да? То ви можете зупинитися біля будь-якого продавця і поговорити з ним про життя, про погоду, про політику, про все, що завгодно. Ну, тобто, це, знаєте, таке місце, воно дійсно особливе. От ми про це говоримо, да, воно живе. Розкажіть, будь ласка, що у вас таке от нашим гостям найцікавіше, найнезвичайніше?
Курка, індичка, внутрі фісташечка, свинина з говядиною, мішаний фарш.
Але от яка ваша улюблена? От яка вам найбільш подобається?
Більше всього? Будь ласка. Її нема зараз, вона йде конська ковбаска з жирком, з такими шматочками. Так, з шматочками жирка йде.
А це що?
Теж каніна, але це чисте м'ясо виходить.
Я ніколи не робила, мені здається, це перший мій раз пробувати тканину. This is horse meat. Це дуже смачно. One of the best things about Ukrainian markets is that you get to try a lot of things for free, like a lot. Also, you're not going to go hungry. You don't really need to go have breakfast before you come here because you're going to come out of here with a full belly, with probably a lot less money than you came in with, and trying a lot of stuff that you didn't expect to try. Ви ж з Одеси, як змінилася Одеса, як змінився Pryvoz через цю війну?
Значно стало менше продавців, значно стало менше покупців, як це не прикро. Трошки змінився асортимент на Pryvozі. Да? Ми відчули в перші роки війни, як нам не вистачає Херсону. По-перше, це дуже виросли ціни на фрукти, овочі. І саме херсонських овочів, фруктів, кавунів майже не було. Ось така от трошки сумна історія.
Чому тут нема риби? Де? Ну, тут зараз. Чому ми не встигли?
Ну, це треба спросити моїх покупателів. О, ну як моя рибка, вкусна чи не вкусна?
Ми просто не встигли, правильно?
Ми не встигли.
А о котрій годині треба буде, щоб встигнути?
Ну, розумієте, зараз приїжджі уїжджають. І вони вже, якщо уїжджають, то вони затарюються так. І ми сьогодні швидко так продаємося.
Питання до вас обох. Чи є якісь правила поведінки, правила етикету на Pryvozі?
Приходити з гарним настроєм. Якщо ти приходиш з поганим настроєм, то і...
До Наді не підходьте.
Ну, але є такі, от як Надя, вона завжди настрій це підійме. Навіть вона завжди в сонячному такому одязі, вона ніколи в жодному одязі, окрім жовтого, не виходить на спілкування із покупцями. Зате ми її теж любимо, за її сонячний настрій. Навіть якщо в тебе він не дуже, то тут завжди ти його підіймеш. Так.
Підход я маю до всіх покупців, від маленьких до великих, з любим настроєм. Хай приходять і все буде добре.
Це смачно, так.
Дякую.
Ну, ось можна і трошки отак от...
Я просто, якщо чесно, ніколи це не їла.
Це канчоус.
Це кілька, балтійська
Я просто
малосольна.
ніколи не їла малосольну рибу в житті. Я боялася завжди.
Я утро починаю скільки малосольний.
Серйозно?
Да.
Можливо, мені теж треба, щоб бути
поїжджу,
веселою?
і буду завжди молода, в настрої. Оце їм рибу і на цілий день настрій.
Боже, можливо,
Чесно.
в цьому відповідь. Можливо, і ось чому я сумна. Я не їм рибу.
А треба рибку їсти і настрій буде.
Трошки хвилююсь. А це
І завжди молода.
Так, вона дуже тоненька, там немає шелухи.
Візьми, зажуй і все. Ну отак, по-одеськи, отак. Очі відкрий. І скажи отак. Як добре.
Як добре.
Учить.
Скажи, що це не смачно.
Це смачно, просто я перехвилювалась трошки.
Угощайтеся, ви ж гості наші. Угощайтеся, будь ласочка. На хлібчик.
We came to check out fish. I got a little bit sad to see that, everything has been affected by this war. But then you meet people like this who are so shiny, happy, rays of sunshine. I mean, she sells fish. She just gave me tomatoes and bread that she brought for herself for me to enjoy the experience fully because she said, you're guests. And I mean, I know that Odesa is known for its hospitality, but I was not expecting this. And while trying fish was scary, sometimes you just need to dare to try. Dare to come to Pryvoz, dare to come to Odesa, and dare to Ukraine. That is a house for cats. I mean, I've seen a bunch of cats around Odessa, but I've never seen an apartment building for cats before. I mean, one of my favorite things to do is explore new cities. And since I've never been to Odessa, like I've said before, today I'm going to check out all the places that are considered must visit when you're in Odessa. Primorsky Boulevard is where locals and tourists experience not only Odessa's beauty, but its history. Beneath it, archaeological finds reveal layers of the city's past, from the Hatchabay settlement to ancient Greek remnants dating back to the 6th and 5th centuries BCE. But with more to explore, we headed to European Square. This is European Square, where a statue of Catherine II used to stand, right there. A true symbol of Russian imperialism. Well, until it was taken down in 2022 as a part of ongoing process of derussification. Derussification process started back in 2015, but has really picked up since the beginning of full-scale invasion, for obvious reasons. Up until recently, the square was named after Catherine II. For centuries, the Russian Empire, the Soviet Union, and now Russia have not only physically occupied Ukrainian cities, but also tried to control their symbolic spaces. This monument was one of the tools used to promote the false narrative that Odessa is a Russian city that was founded by Catherine II in 1794, even though historical evidence shows that the city has existed long before under different names. It's especially poignant because you can see that this place has become a makeshift memorial for fallen soldiers that has given their lives during this full-scale invasion. The most heartbreaking part about these makeshift memorials is that every time you visit them, there are more and more flags, because more and more people have given their lives for us to be here. I'm looking right now at what is supposed to be a beautiful view. Odessa Sport, the famous view of Odessa. But not only we cannot show it to you because it's port, we're under martial law, there's war, and it's been targeted multiple times by Russia. I'm looking at a destroyed hotel that was there, that was hit by a Russian rocket. And now it's just frozen in time, hoping, just like all of us, for this war to end. Just beyond it are the Potemkin Stairs. Built in 1841 with 192 steps, they've been known by many names: Richelieu, Giant, and Primorsky Stairs. Renamed in 1955 to honor the 50th anniversary of the Potemkin Uprising, they were famously featured in the classic Battleship Potemkin film, cementing their iconic status. We were just saying that we need to film it because there's an air siren going on, but we actually need to go to shelter right now because they're saying there's going to be ballistics from Crimea, and that means we have less than 2 minutes to get to shelter. We're right next to the port, which is bad. It's a target for Russia. We can't film it for that reason. А ви не знаєте, де найближче бомбосховище? Да от ми теж. This is not how I'm planning to die, not in Odessa. I don't have anything against Odessa, I just don't want to die. Oh, let's go under here. Sorry, I didn't see that, so let's go. Well, that was scary. But luckily, no missiles were flying our way this time. Even with the interruption, there is still something special I want to show you. So it's time to climb those 192 steps back up. I've always been saying this, that to truly get to know a city, you need to get off the beaten path and check out the way locals live. In Odessa, that means going over the main streets and check out the hidden treasures, the courtyards. These courtyards are located in the historical center, and that's where the true magic of Odessa lies. The acoustics here are so good that everything could be heard from the surrounding apartments. It's a really cool way to keep up with the neighborhood gossip. Well, that's why I'm being so quiet, because I don't want to disturb the peace, and also I don't want everybody to know what I'm doing here. It's incredible. There are the statues, and every single window has a face. Can you imagine living here? Can you imagine going to your balcony with a cup of coffee and seeing this? I've read that many people used to come to these courtyards from, the surrounding buildings and just interact. And because Odessa is such a multicultural city, they would, especially for birthdays and holidays and celebrations, they would actually put tables here and sit down and bring dishes from their homes. And that's how Odessa's cuisine was born, from different cultures bringing their dishes together. I think that says a lot about Odessa. But honestly, if my courtyard would look like this, I would hang out here all the time as well. Odessa has always been known for its vibrant nightlife. In contrast to the first months of the full-scale invasion, more and more Ukrainians go out now. Many bars and restaurants are buzzing with people who come here to unwind and distract from daily reality. To explore Odessa's wartime nightlife, I came to Arcadia, a large outdoor complex packed with bars. It's weird. It's weird to see Ukraine like this right now, if I'm honest. I remember Ukraine like this, with people outside and music and everybody just having this sense of calm and normalcy. I mean, don't get me wrong, it makes me really happy that there is still this life, that we still have it. But I actually would like to talk to people and just ask them, did they come to Odessa to have a little break? Or do they live here and just decide to ignore the fact that there's war because it's too painful? I don't know. I want to know. So I want to go and talk to people. Сам з Одеси чи ти приїхав?
Приїхав, але тепер я вже теж одесит.
А звідки ти приїхав?
З Києва. Чисто приїхав потусити на тиждень, залишився на ПМЖ.
З приводу тусування, як на твою думку, ви змінилося ставлення до тусовок, до нічного життя через війну?
Змінилось. Тільки це прозвучить дивно, але я став діджеєм. Народ зараз на тус не ходить так, як раніше до війни. Плюс багато виїхало, вайб не той, як зараз в Європі і так далі.
А як тобі тут завадить під час війни? Ти не відчуваєш, не знаю, там, відповідальність, і там, не знаю, чи не трагає тебе звук?
За що відповідальність?
Ну що там хтось воює, а ми тусуємося.
Дивлячись, з якого боку дивитися. Я діджей, в принципі, це моя робота. Організовує туси і плюс приносить людям радість, тому що постійно жити в негативі, а сенс який. Кожен переключається як може. Хтось, не знаю, там п'є, хтось танцює, хтось співає, і я тільки підтримую.
Are you from Odessa? Did you come here?
No, I'm from Dnipro.
From Dnipro.
Yeah, I moved outside from Ukraine since the beginning of the war, and now I'm living here and chilling with my friends every now and then, but I don't live here anymore. It's not safe, as you know. Yeah.
I came here to see, the famous nightlife of Odessa. Obviously, that there is war still,
Yeah.
but it seemed very lively. It
Yeah,
doesn't seem like
so many people outside. Nightclubs are open and people are drinking, having fun, and new businesses are being opening. People are living life like you don't have a choice. You live once, you don't have the, how to say, like second try, like.
Yeah, we don't have a second life.
Yeah, we don't have second life, exactly.
Why do you think it's, I guess, okay to have fun and to party during the war? Or do you think it's okay?
I think it's totally okay. I think if you don't have fun, you can get crazy, like you can get depressed and you can see only like negatives and like there are so many negatives right now. Like every day some cities are being bombed, some people are being killed. Like
I know Dnipro was really affected recently.
Yeah, it's true. Like every time I go to bed and like I see like please Lord, I want to live like one more night. Just save my life.
Another noticeable change is the presence of Ukrainian defenders, either taking a break from their duties or adapting to civilian life after demobilization.
Я з міста Житомира. Тут я зі своєю сім'єю чисто відпочити від якраз реалії війни. Я офіцер, я пройшов війну. Час пройшов трохи реабілітації, зараз просто відпочиваємо з сім'єю тут.
Я знаю, що для багатьох там голосні звуки, голосні...
Перший час, так, дуже.
А зараз вже нормально?
Я вже десь близько 1,5 року після поранення, відходив. Час лікує.
Чи, можливо, є щось, що ви б хотіли сказати на іноземну аудиторію, для них, можливо, не зрозуміло, як ми можемо жити, веселитися, відпочивати під час війни?
Ні, ми ж живемо, правда? Місто Одеса живе. Я приїхав в місто Одеса живе, правда? І мені від цього теж кайфово. Те, що ми не склали такі ручки, знаєте, все, хано. Це ж теж хорошо. Ми не славна нація просто.
People drinking and partying is probably not what you imagine when you think of a country at war. But it's been over 2 years of this full-scale invasion, and most of us got used to this not normal reality. I came here looking for an answer. Is it okay to party during the war? Or why people party during the war? And after I spoke to all these people, I still have mixed feelings, if I'm honest. I think it's a decision that we all have to make because we all have different experiences. We all live through this war differently. But as you can see, everybody's leaving because another thing that has changed with this war is curfew. And it's almost 12 a.m., so everybody's leaving and we have to go home. And I'm gonna go home and think more about this question. When you think of Odessa, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For me, and most of us, it's the sea. This port city has always been a magnet for tourists and locals that would come here to enjoy the shores. But like everything in Ukraine, Odessa has been deeply affected by Russia's full-scale invasion. The sea, once a place of relaxation and joy, is now dangerous because of sea mines. I'm at one of 6 officially reopened beaches in Odessa. Local authorities were able to reopen them thanks to special nets and constant coastal monitoring. This year they're planning to reopen even more. But even so, between mines in the water and the ever-present threat of air attacks, every swim comes with a risk. The water feels wonderful, and I would love to swim, especially since I haven't had a chance to swim this summer yet. But I'm not sure if I should. I mean, it is dangerous still. But it seems like I'm the only one who is worried. I think I'm gonna go and talk to people and just ask how they feel and how come they're not worried.
Цього року дуже багато людей приїхало, вже менше людей боїться ходити на море. Та й ми теж почали самі ходити на море, бо ми так 2 роки не дуже ходили, а зараз хочеться трошки відпочити, хоч трошки цього релаксу відчути, цього моря. Хочу відпочити, йду відпочити і не зважаю там, що може бути якась небезпека.
Мені не страшно, бо ми вважаємо, що щось місцева влада робить з тим, щоб це було безпечно. Я бачу, що тут є сітки, що тут є волнорези, що тут є кораблі. Ну і взагалі є радіолокація, яка відстежує такі речі. Ми впевнені в тому, що це безпечно.
Рятівники є, я думаю,
Є
вони ж моніторять.
радіолокації, це видно, якщо якісь міни будуть в воді.
А ви купались минулого літа?
Так.
А від до цього?
Так.
Тобто ви купались весь час спочатку?
Ну, з Одеси, в принципі, постійно. Єдине, що зараз залишається для дітей, тому що курорт, всі з'їжджаються до Одеси, затоки немає, сезонних територій немає, тому залишається Одеса, Одеса мама наша. Нам теж було страшно, але потім звикли. Тут є усюди бомбосховище.
Обираємо пляж, де є сховище і той, який офіційно відкритий для купання. Це перший рік з початку повномасштабного вторгнення, де прям відчувається, що щось зараз сезон. Дуже багато туристів, дуже багато машин номерами з інших регіонів. Тому всім вже набридло тільки в себе в місті, ходиш на роботу, постійні обстріли. Тому люди, я думаю, як можуть, так і розслабляються, тому приїхали.
After talking to all of these people, I decided that it's safe enough for me to swim. And I just honestly want to swim in Odessa. It's my first time here, and to say that I've been in Odessa and haven't swum, it's not right. The strange thing about living in Ukraine is that sometimes, just for a moment, you forget that there's war going on. Maybe it's when you're enjoying beautiful nature or having an amazing lunch with friends, but the reality always comes crashing back. It doesn't matter how beautiful it is around you. The threat of danger is never far away. So, I have a challenge for you. We were in Odessa for 4 days. Guess how many times the air raid siren went off during our stay here? Write your guesses in the comments, and the first person to guess correctly will get the Kyiv Independent merch. It's a small way to support independent journalism. And also, this way you can carry a piece of Ukraine with you wherever you go. Beneath the lively streets of Odessa lies a hidden world, a massive network of tunnels known as the Odessa Catacombs, which are a huge part of history of the city. But this time around, we're not just talking about history, we're stepping into it. Since getting lost in the dark and underground mazes is pretty high on my list of fears, I'm meeting with Artem, who's gonna make sure that I don't get lost here and die, and also tell me many fascinating stories about these catacombs.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yes, of course. Come. Our first stop,
I don't like it.
it's gonna be here. What actually limestone is? Do you know?
It's like a stone near water territories usually, right?
Yeah, absolutely right. The limestone in Odessa, or we call it kakina, shell rock. In Odessa, nearly all the buildings were done from these stones. Let's walk to our very next step, please.
Are you really not scared here?
Nope. So like this system of catacombs actually quite simple. But in some mazes, I can get lost.
But we're not going there, right?
Of course. It's outside Odessa.
Ah, okay. I'm actually like very nervous because I don't like darkness. I don't like enclosed spaces. I don't know why I decided to do this.
Okay, here we have some photos that you can see what kind of machines this actually shell rock was made.
Wow.
You see this little one? Have a look here. The same one saw, it's just here on the wall. With this saw, people were
making these tunnels.
Yes, 100 and at least 50 years ago. And if you would like, have a cut. Just to feel how actually it's not so difficult to cut the stones, but there is several severe procedures, and if you're done anything wrong, you would be not paid.
This is an homage to my father, who was a miner in Donetsk. Ugh, it's yucky.
A little bit, sorry. Very high humidity here.
Yeah.
Now take an angle.
This is not what I thought I'm going to be doing in Odessa. This is harder than I thought. Okay.
You can have a seat here. Yeah.
If I want to stay here longer, this was unexpected.
Feel yourself like home, because actually you are now in a miner's home. Usually dead ends in catacombs miners were using for their homes, because actually when you're mining stones, you are paid for each brick you will make. So miners were usually going downstairs to the catacombs from several days up to usually 6 days, because the seventh day was for the god. So they were religious people.
So they would stay here for 6 days straight?
Yes. People were working here for 14, 15 hours. Miners were usually going like 6 big blocks a day. So for this room to appear, we need 6 people, and they would be working for 3 days.
It's insane to think how many hours and how many people had to work for all of the catacombs, the man-made catacombs, to appear.
Actually, it was working in the second half on the peak period. It was 8,000 people were going downstairs each day. So today, Odessa's catacombs, they're the longest in the world. But it's not a one big mine, it's a myth that all the catacombs are connected. We have 104 mines on the Church of Odessa, and 200 more mines outside Odessa. All the distance, if we'll sum up all the mines, it would be the labyrinth that is over 2,500 kilometers. And only 1,500, something like that, it's explored.
Wow. Okay, where are we going next?
The most scary things to the miners.
Oh, can I guess why?
Have a pick.
I mean, because my dad was a miner, he told me that when you spend a lot of time in the dark, your brain needs to fill it up with something because you don't have any visual stimuli, and often you'll get like these horrific just visuals of monsters and stuff. I think like that's how children are afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this doesn't help.
Sensor deprivation effect. It was called in 1948.
Lovely. Let's keep going.
Yeah, okay. Okay, our next stop, this mark, 7th of September 1941. From the 5th of August till 16th of January 1941, Odessa was sieged. 4th Romanian Army, that was allies of Nazi Germany, was attacking Odessa. 11 divisions, 320,000 of troopers against nearly 80,000 of Soviet soldiers. Among them was one of my grandpas. Wow. Yeah. And this mark was done by civilians that was living in the catacombs during the attacks on the city. Each day was destroyed from 5 up to 15 buildings. So ordinary people, of course, they wanted to live, they wanted to stay alive. And these marks show us that in one of these days, some, at least 2 families were here, were just hiding.
Sorry, I don't know, I just got a bit emotional.
I understand.
Like you're describing...
Yes, and now it's...
You're describing it and it's, I mean, we're experiencing it.
Yes.
And it's not just like what we're experiencing, it's like our grandparents, our ancestors. So we have this ancestral trauma of that and we're just reliving it. And like we've been to shelter today.
When I'm telling this story right now, so I usually started to imagine Bucha, I started to imagine Kyiv, I started to imagine Bakhmut and so on.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was, and sorry, but it's now our reality. This shelter was used already in this war. So missile attack in 5:55 a.m.
So 3rd of April, missile attack, 5:55 a.m. And it says 8th day of war.
2:20 a.m. also missile attack. People
were
making notes when they were coming inside during already this Russian-Ukrainian war.
Oh, so they were like experiencing the attack, coming down and writing it down just in case.
Yes.
Oh, that's horrible. You go on tour in Odessa to learn about history, and you don't really think of yourself as part of history, but all of us are not only experiencing history that is going to be taught in history books for our children, for our grandchildren if we survive, but we're actually making this history. And I think that's what sometimes people forget, not only people from outside of Ukraine, but also Ukrainians, that what we do now, how we act, the choices we make will predetermine how this history turns out, how it's written in the history books. And, well, I mean, this is horrible. It's horrible that in 21st century, people are hiding in damn cold catacombs to survive Russian attacks. I just really hope that this is gonna come to an end soon. And, I mean, I truly believe that after darkness, light always comes. I mean, just like we're about to come out of these catacombs. Well, that was an emotional experience. But luckily, there is one more stop on my list to end this trip on a positive note. Odessa is famous for its Jewish cuisine, but I was told to check out Bessarabian cuisine, which originated in the region. And while it's a bit lesser known, it was formed over centuries by more than 260 different ethnic groups. And since that sparked my curiosity and honestly appetite, I'm at Tatar Bunar, where I'm about to experience something completely new for me. Я знаю, що цей заклад був відкритий під час повномасштабного вторгнення.
Так, цього року, так.
Як ви вирішили це зробити?
В цілому не перший заклад, який ми відкрили під час повномасштабного вторгнення. Перший ми відкрили у жовтні 22-го, це було у Львові, тому ми це дуже відважна ресторанна компанія. Але дуже важко під такий епохальний для компанії ресторан знайти приміщення. І так вийшло, що коли ми відкривали одеський шалом на вулиці Грецькій, Нам запропонували це приміщення, підписали договір і почали розробляти вже під цей інтер'єр концепцію ресторану.
Ну, тут дійсно неймовірно. А чи ми знаємо щось про цю будівлю? Вона...
Тут був ресторан Олександрівський достатньо багато років. Дуже популярний в Одесі ресторан, але воно нам геть не підходило концептуально, бо це був такий трішки імперський стиль.
А ми рухаємося
від імперського стиля повністю, тому нам потрібно було, зберігаючи архітектуру, зробити етніку, передати той пласт культури, який ми несемо цим рестораном.
Яку роль, на вашу думку, грає їжа в збереженні спадщини Одеси?
Важко сказати саме Одеси чи не Одеси. В цілому їжа – це один з основних пластів культурної спадщини будь-якої культури, да? В тому числі Одещини. І тому ми вважаємо своїм боргом розповідати про це і зробити з цього класний гастропривід, гастротуризм, щоб люди з усіх куточків України приїжджали до Одеси, приїжджали в ресторан Татар Бунар і куштували страви саме півдня України. Да, і знайомились з кухнею півдня України.
Ну, от я сьогодні приїхала це робити.
Чудово.
З чого мені потрібно почати моє знайомство?
Ну, дивіться, почнемо з тіста. Думаю, вам потрібно скуштувати і плацинди. В нас їх, мені здається, 4 чи 5 видів. Віртута. Чудова страва, обов'язково серце Бесарабії та мамалига.
Ну, мамалигу – це єдине, що я знаю.
У нас декілька видів мамалиги. Є класична, є м'яка мамалига. Рекомендую вам з телячими щічками спробувати. Дуже класна страва, хід продажів в ресторані.
Tatar Bunar brings southern Ukraine's heritage to life with a menu that blends Ukrainian, Moldovan, and Bulgarian flavors. These dishes aren't just food. They're memories, crafted from recipes passed down through generations with locally sourced high-quality ingredients. I am very hungry. All of that food talk got me starving. And there's a lot of things that I want to try, and while I kind of imagined something in my mind when I've been told about those dishes, this is absolutely new to me, so wow. I didn't order anything, actually. When I was told to try things, I didn't think they're gonna actually make all of them for me. And I know I wanted to get to know this cuisine, and I think I will be very intimately familiar with it after this experience. This is like Christmas, but better. And this is the classic mamaliga. Too many choices. And I mean, I was told that I absolutely have to try brinza. And I mean, we've had it in the Carpathians, but I'm curious if this is any different. So let's try different ones. There's the hard one. There's a soft one. Yes. This is actually tastes like Parmesan cheese. Like it's very dry and, I mean, you probably have tasted Parmesan cheese before. It actually very much tastes like that, but it's quite a young cheese. So it's very interesting that they were able to get that out of young goat cheese, I think. Finally, time to try the classic mamaliga. Mamaliga is polenta and it's cornmeal flour. I'm not sure how it's made. I'm assuming it's boiled in some kind of way, but it looks similar to what I've had in other regions of Ukraine before. Wow. That's very unexpected because it looks kind of bland. I mean, it's polenta. I've had polenta before, but it actually has a lot of flavor. It's salty, it's creamy, it has a little bit of a texture from the cornmeal flour, and it has this cheesy, tangy taste, which I'm curious if they actually have cheese in it or it's just somehow part of the flavor. But I mean, I understand why it's one of the most known dishes in Bessarabian cuisine. But what's truly missing from this beautiful table is some company. Come on. like any other summer vacation, my time in Odessa has come to an end far too quickly, leaving me with a swirl of emotions that I'm still trying to untangle. At first glance, Odessa might seem just like any other coastal city, but it's so much more. From hidden courtyards and bustling nightlife to the incredible resilience of its people who refuse to let anyone else dictate their lives. Odessa is truly unlike anywhere else I've been before. So as I say goodbye to Odessa, I'm leaving with a deeper appreciation to the strength and beauty of the city and its people. I can't believe it has taken me this long to visit, but I'm really glad we got to experience it together. So, support Ukraine, make sure to follow the Kyiv Independent to not miss our future episodes and my exploration of this incredible country. And most importantly, dare to get to know Ukraine for yourself, because it is so much more than news headlines. Till next time.